Welcome, dear learners, to my YouTube channel on blockchain technology and digital currencies. Today is the part 3 of our virtual meetups on Project Catalyst. So with much emphasis on this current funding round, which is Fund 12. Yes, and again, this event is brought to you by the Center for Technology Education and Innovation Lab, CTEL, and what's the Cardano Africa Academy. Yes, so with CTEL, we expose young people to both the opportunities of both the present and emerging technologies, so that we can all leverage on these opportunities to better our lives and also impact our society. Yes, somebody's microphone is not muted, so please kindly do us a favor by muting your microphone. So please do us a favor by muting your microphone so that it doesn't interfere. All right, okay. Yeah, so those who just joined, you are all welcome. Yeah. So today is actually part three of our events. Today is part 3. So if you have followed from the beginning, then this is just going to be a top up or an add up. I don't know why my auto admit is not working today. I've activated it too, but it's not working, because switching back to admit people is a headache. But well, let me just do it, because the meeting is already on session. So please, this is a little distraction I may have, because I always have to switch back to admit people. I don't know why my auto admit is not responding properly today, so bear with me. Okay, yes, so let's continue. And like I said, so today is the part 3 of the workshop, and we'll be looking at a live proposal review. So I'm going to attempt to review a proposal, so that those of you who still have challenges in going through the process, because I receive a lot of calls, a lot of messages that the process is not easy and it's even confusing. You pick a proposal and you don't even know the head and tail of the entire project they want to execute. Yeah, so I'll be attempting to review a proposal, and you can also use that as a blueprint. You use that as a blueprint to guide you, so that you can also make excellent reviews. But this will not be the standard. Yes, so let me officially issue this disclaimer. The review that is going to be done is not the standard. I may not get everything right. Yes, so but I am going to give you an overview and what you should take into consideration, so that you'll be able to perform good reviews. Yes, so let me establish that here. Yes, and as usual, I am your host, and Benjamin Barney is my co-host as well for today's event. I don't know whether he's free today, because I didn't get a full word from him whether he's available to take us through today's session, but nonetheless we'll still go on so that maybe anytime he's available, then we'll hear him also facilitate one of the meetups. All right, yeah, so this is a little information about myself and our nice logos, Cardano Africa Academy, and also CTEL, that is Center for Technology, Education and Innovation Lab. Yes, and we do a lot, and we are yet to do more. So in Africa and beyond. So take note. And I also run a YouTube channel known as Cardano Africa Academy. So you can always search for this channel, subscribe to it. I put a lot of details, events, and content on the channel. So let's take note of that. All right. So like I said, today we'll be looking at Fund 12 live proposal review, and the platform we are going to use is none other but Cardano IdeaScale platform. Yes, so which you are all familiar with. All right, so if you are familiar with IdeaScale now, just give me a thumbs up if you know or have heard about IdeaScale. Good. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. All right, okay. All right, so we quickly all right, okay, so we'll quickly launch our browser. Depending on whichever browser you are using. In my case, I'm using Chrome. So now I'll head to the address area and navigate to what? IdeaScale. So I'll type cardano.ideascale.com. Then I'll search for it. So if my internet is stable, it shouldn't take so much time to open or to launch. And, all right, so we have it launched now. And so usually the challenge you may have is if your internet is not so good, it might take some time to launch. Yeah, so I will just quickly move my mouse cursor to the login button. Like I said, in our first Fund 12 meetup, I took you through how to create an account and register on IdeaScale. So today we'll be proceeding to log in to IdeaScale. So by clicking on the login button, and let's see how it goes. Yes, welcome everyone. Welcome Nanasafo. It's good to have you here. One of the pioneers of Catalyst community reviews. Yeah, so we welcome you, and it's nice seeing you around.
Yeah, thanks for having me here.
Yeah. My browser doesn't want to. Sorry, my network is not trying to respond properly. Let me click on it again. If it doesn't work, then I'll switch to another network. Yeah, but it should work now. All right. Yeah. So yes, like we all do, and we know to log into IdeaScale, you definitely have to provide your login credentials. So the first component is providing your email address, which you used in creating the account. So in my case, it's not fully loaded, so okay, but let me try and see whether I'll lose this when it comes. So ctel I'll just have to switch. Let me switch to another internet platform and see which one works best. All right. Okay. Are we all there? Can you still hear me? All right. Okay. Yes, sure. Because I had to switch, so I thought I had lost connection. Welcome, Mustafa. Good to have you here, my colleague ambassador from Ghana. It's nice having you around. Welcome. All right, yeah, so I try logging in now with my login details or login credentials. And of course, after entering your email address, you have to provide your password. And of course, which is a private ID, so I wouldn't make mine known since it's supposed to be known by myself and no other person. So once I enter my details, then I proceed to log in. That is if I've provided the right login credentials. Yes, and so I've logged in successfully. Yes, like I said, today you have to just permit me. My auto admit seems not to be working properly today. All right, so I've logged in, and this is the landing page, or the community landing page. Yes, and the first thing we are going to do is to look for our proposals that have been allocated to us. And in order to do so, you have to move to the top right corner. You should see your profile picture or avatar, depending on what you have kept there. But if you hover around that icon, it gives the inscription profile. So what you do is to click on it. You click on profile, so you will now see your name in full. So depending on your name, so you just proceed to click on it. So once you click on the name, it expands, and now to view your allocations, you see the scroll bar at the right, at the immediate or the ending part of your screen towards the right side of you, if you are facing your screen just as I am. And you see the scroll bar. What you need to do is to scroll down. The first thing you will see is bio, but that is not what we are looking out for. Then below bio you will see profile details. Yes, so this is where our attention should be, and these are my preferred Fan 12 categories. Yes, so I selected five of these categories. Yes, so, and what this means, or what this meant, is that the system should feel free to allocate proposals to me from any of these categories. So that is what it actually means. So both technical and non-technical proposals, it means I am ready to actually what do you call it, assess or review proposals from there. Then I also have my reward address also provided as well. Then okay, good. So we have the bigger scroll bar here. So once you come to profile, you will see yet another small scroll bar. I don't know whether we can all see it. Yes, so it's not so big like the main scroll bar for the main page, but since this is a sub page within the bigger page, the scroll bar has to be smaller. So that is the scroll bar, which is a little smaller. And once you begin to scroll, pull it, drag it downwards, you realize that you can see what Fan 12 level. And you know, when I was taking you through the registration process, I informed you that this portion was supposed to be left blank. You had no activity engaging in that field, so just leave it as it was. Like they said, do not edit. Yeah, so and once the allocations were done, definitely this is my level for Fan 12 to review proposals. And also, once you scroll a little below or down, you will see the proposals that have been allocated to me. So can you see these blue inscriptions? So these are the proposals that are allocated to me to review. So I think there should be 80 proposals. Yes, so there should be 80 proposals for level 1. I've not counted them because I don't really have time to count them to know whether they are 80 or not. But per the guideline that was the document that was sent out by the Catalyst team, level 1, you can receive up to 80 proposal allocations to review. Then level 0 is up to 30 proposals. So yes, so these are the proposals here. So and to assess the proposals, what you will do to assess the proposals, okay, we have some people joining. So welcome everyone joining. Ma Ifya just joined as well. You are welcome, Mama Ifya. All right, yeah. So so I hope now we all know how to, those of you who still have challenges locating your proposals, are we all okay now up to this point? If you know you are okay now, and you'll be able to check to see your allocations, just give a thumbs up. All right, okay, great. And please, this is only possible, let me make this clear. This is only possible on PCs or laptops. Yes, so PCs, that is desktops, laptops, that is where you can actually assess your allocations. When you are doing it on a mobile device, it's not possible. You wouldn't see the allocations from a mobile phone device. Yes, so so I think it was even clearly stated. It was clearly stated that mobile devices will not support allocations. You wouldn't be able to see the allocations from a mobile device. Yes, so let's take note of that, and so that we don't go back to the main community review page, community review and proposal accesses a catalyst page to be asking these questions again, because it's clearly stated in the guidelines. All right, so basically this is how we we check for our allocations and also get to know our level. Okay, so to review a proposal, what you need to do is to come under the heading Fund 12 allocations, and yes,
there are some people waiting to
join the meeting. I can't also see them.
Yes, please.
Then they should try joining again. I can't see them from here. They should try joining again. Yes, and I'll be notified to add them. Hey, somebody saying he can't see my screen. Can you all see my screen? If you can see my screen, just give a thumbs up so that all right, so Emmanuel Jambedu, just exit the call and rejoin. You should be fine. I'm sure it's the network. So just leave the meeting and join and rejoin the call again, and you should be fine. All right, so just exit and rejoin, and I think you should be fine. All right, so let's continue. So now to start with your reviews, what you will do first is to come under the Fund 12 allocations. So depending on which proposal you want to start, there's no special order to start from, but usually it will be good to start it in a way that you will remember to, if not, yes, you will still know you have reviewed a particular proposal if you move down to the assess section and you realize that you have filled it with much information. All right, so in my case, I am going to attempt reviewing the first proposal I have on my list, or I have under my allocations, and that is CDPT 1. That is an open source Cardano development AI assistant. Yeah, so I know this is going to be a technical proposal, and I'll try as much as possible to simplify the concepts there for us to understand, so that with that idea or principle, we should be able to review proposals allocated to us with simplicity and with much control over our the language we use. Okay, so to review, first of all, you click on the proposal. So I'm going to click on it. So once you click on the proposal, it opens a new tab from your browser, and now shows the proposal in full. Yes, so so an open source Cardano development AI assistant. Yeah, so this proposal, they are going to talk, they want to develop an AI tool just like how ChatGPT works, and that one will be more on assisting developers, both new and veteran developers, to easily learn how to build solutions or build products on the Cardano blockchain. Yes, so and it's under the category Cardano Open, and that is developers. So this is technical. Yes, so that is the category it is. And our second meeting, that was the part 2. I told you that before you even review a proposal allocated to you, first of all, once you open the proposal, you should check to see the category the proposal belongs. And the next thing to do is to move to the about of that category to see what is required of what proposers in that category, so that if a team is deviating or a proposer is deviating from the the instructions or guidelines that were given from that category, then at least you know how to assess or review the proposal. So I'm going to click on the about, and at a high level we are just going to look at some brief things. We are not going to read everything from there. Yeah, so Cardano Open developers, and the total budget for that category is 10.5 million ADA, and the focus should be on developers support developers and engineers to contribute to or develop open source technology centered around enabling and improving the Cardano developer experience. Yes, so so here the number one thing you should take note of is that proposals submitted under this category should be solving technical issues, that is software development products on the Cardano blockchain. So if you see probably meetups here to educate people about Cardano, no, it's in the wrong category. Yes, so these are some of the things you should take note of under every category. Yes, so this category will deal more on technical stuffs, building solutions, building SDKs, toolkits to actually help the development process on the Cardano blockchain. So the goal here is to create a Cardano developer-friendly tooling and approaches that streamline and integrated development environment. Good. So that is what they are even still emphasizing on. And proposals can seek for, okay, let me admit this person. There's a hand raised. Please, can you speak? Mohammed Al Hassan. What's the question? Your hand is raised, or maybe if you mistakenly raised it too, you can just click on that same icon or emoji to deactivate the hand that is raised. Mohammed Al Hassan. Or if you are talking to, perhaps you are muted, so you can check your microphone, unmute yourself and talk. All right, so let's continue. Yes, so another thing to take note of here is that, yes, so proposers can have their budget up to 200,000 ADA. So if the proposal is seeking for funds of let's say 200,000 ADA, it's still within scope. But if the proposal is seeking for 200,001 ADA, it's out of scope. It's out of scope. So under feasibility, you can really draw the proposer's attention to that during your reviews. And so, because it is also believed that proposers should have read about the campaign brief to know more about the category before they even proceed in submitting a proposal under that category. Yeah, so anything less than 200,000 is also acceptable, and I think it has a minimum of minimum request of, is it 10,000 or 15,000 ADA? Yeah, so that is also another thing to look up to. So it shouldn't be less than is it 10,000 or 15? I'm not so sure. It's like 10,000 or 15,000 ADA, and shouldn't be more than 200,000 ADA to request under this category. Yeah, so let's read a little. Open source software, hardware, and solutions encourage greater transparency and security, and help reduce costs by developing, collaborating, and fixing in the open. More information on open source can be found. Yeah, so you can. So there's a link here which you can click on to read more. Yeah, so Cardano Open, that is developers technical track category, aims to support developers and engineers to contribute to or develop open source technology centered around enabling and improving the Cardano developer experience. Okay, alright, so let's quickly finish this up. So the goal of this category, my auto admit is not responding, but well, it's still fine. Let's let's go on. All right. The goal of this category is to create developer-friendly tooling and approaches that streamline an integrated development environment that helps to create code more efficiently and provide an ease of use for what? Developers. Good. So another thing you should take note of here is that the products that will be developed here should actually aid in the development process. Or also to help other developers easily adapt to developing on the Cardano blockchain with ease. Because if you are developing tools, technical tools, at the end of the day, technical tools is supposed to actually help the wider developer audience or ecosystem to actually use those tools to rapidly help them build their software solutions on the Cardano blockchain. All right, so details of the selected open source licenses must be submitted by applicants as part of their proposal, and as part of their deliverables, projects will also be required to submit an open source high quality documentation for their technology that can be used as a learning resource by the rest of the community. Yeah, so under this category, another thing you should take note is that everything that will be produced here, all products that will be produced here should be open source. It should not be private, or it should not be privatized. It should not be privatized in any way. It should be what? Open source, such that developers and community members can go and have access to whatever you are doing. Your documentations, your source code should be publicly what? Available in a public what? Repository, such as I think the most common one is GitHub. So with GitHub, they will be able to upload most of their project details there for the wider community. If you are a technical person or you are interested in the project, you can always go to have a look. And one beautiful thing about open source too is that you can always get help from other developers who have much idea in the area you are working on or the project you are working on, so that they can also support you with their knowledge and what? Expertise. All right. Okay, let's continue. So we are almost about finishing with the campaign brief. Yeah, it might sound boring reading the campaign brief, but it's good to understand what is required of you, so that at the end of the day, you don't have your reviews filtered out. Because if you are not doing the right reviews and you are just interested in reviewing the proposal and you don't take note or follow the rules, you may have challenges. Yes, so it's always good to at least dedicate 10 minutes of the time to read, to understand the campaign brief, so you can proceed. So now, funding guidance. Proposals must be what? Source available from day one with a declared good open source repository. So they should declare within the proposal that what they are working on is what? Open source. So that is under this category. That is Cardano Open Developers. So in all cases, proposals in this category will be expected to select an open source license for their technology, which as a minimum allows the community to copy, inspect, and alter the output of their projects. Yes, so these are the rules under what? Open source. Yes, and the technical people on this call should be able to understand this. Yes. The next thing is applicants can submit a proposal for funding of up to, yes, we have looked at this, up to 200,000 ADA, and proposals requesting larger amounts will be automatically archived. Good. So even the proposal will not even be available for you to review any longer. So it will automatically be what? Archived or removed from that category. So areas of what? Interest. Proposals may focus on open source technical solutions that standardize, develop, support, or provide utilities for what? Full stack solutions and integrated development environment. 2. Create new libraries, SDKs, publicly available APIs, tool chains, and what? Frameworks. Then also what? Governance tooling. All right. And so the last part, to eligibility criteria. So the following are examples of proposals that will not be funded in the Cardano Open Developers Technical category. 1. Proposals that are not primarily seeking to develop new technology or contribute to or support existing open source technology. Yes, so if you are not trying to develop any new technology or trying to support any existing open source technology, such proposals will not be funded under this category. I think even the Catalyst team also have their own way of even if the proposal finds its way through at a point during voting, I think there's a way they take it out. I've forgotten the term. Is it not approved or so? Or yeah, so there's a special term there. So all proposals not under their respective categories are discarded. Alright, so they are saying, for example, a learning resource guide to developing on Bluetooth, malware, or other smart contracts platforms like Akin should be part of the Cardano Open Ecosystem non-technical. Alright, so any initiative like this can go to the non-technical aspect. Then proposals that are not seeking to develop technology that is open source and are in fact producing proprietary software or hardware. Yes, so under the declaration side, when maybe the proposers declare that their project is not open source but under developers, then this should already give you a reason to object to they even putting that proposal in this category in the first place, because this clearly tells us that they didn't really read the instructions under this category, because under this category every project here should be what? Open source. Your documentation, your source code, any other tool that will help you in developing the product should be open source, where the community can have access to it, alter, modify, and also make recommendations as well. All right, so that is it for understanding this category. And once you read to understand this, so any other proposal you are reviewing under this category, you see that it becomes easier for you until you meet another proposal which requires that you move into another category. Then you go to read more about that category too. But by now, I expect that, because I informed you from the part 2 of this workshop, which we had some few days back, that as you wait even for allocations, try as much as possible to go and read on the various categories, the campaign brief, so that you get to know what is expected of both proposers and also what? Reviewers. So I hope that by now you all have done that. So now we are just moving gradually to reviewing the proposal, and I'm the next thing is to now go back to the proposal again. I'll close this as well. I'll go back to the to take me back to my activity stream. All right, so I scroll to the bottom like I said, then you scroll down, then you click on the proposal. So I'm going to click on the first one, which I said I'll be reviewing. And yes, and please be attentive. I know this process at a point, I don't know, depending on you, maybe might be boring to some extent because brain work is not so easy, and since we have to do lengthy reviews, lengthy reading, maybe you might get bored or feel sleepy, but please get a cup of coffee to take so that you remain awake. And this is the only way to do a good job in reviews. The review is not for lazy people. If you are lazy, you will not be able to do a good job, and at the end of the day you will not also be incentivized. So usually reviews, it's not easy. It's not an easy task, yes, but with dedication and commitment, and as you do it over and over again, you realize that it's very cool to do, and also you tend to learn a lot because it gradually teaches you even how to write excellent proposals, if not for idea scale, but even for the wider job market. Yes, so that is one thing too you should take note of. All right, yeah, so I'll not just jump to reviewing the proposal. I've opened it. Yes, we'll come back to it in some few minutes, but I want us to quickly look at something brief from the guidelines. So to assess the guideline, I think in our previous meeting in part 2 I showed you how to assess it from here. So you just proceed to the profile details. There's this pen tool or pencil tool that stands for edit, so you click on it, and so preferred categories. So in this field you can indicate your preferred categories for the random allocation of goods. So you can see more here, so you click on more, then you realize that there's a hyperlink here. There's a link Fund 12 flow here, so I'm going to click on it, and that should take me to the guidelines documentation. So I am there now. Yes, so under community reviewers levels, so that is the guidelines. We are going to read something important there before we proceed to review the proposal. So now I have my document opened. I'll quickly proceed to community review guidelines Fund 12, and here I'll be looking for scoring rubric and guiding questions. Scoring rubric and guiding questions. So I'm going to click on that because that is the information I need. Okay, so welcome everyone joining at this point. It's good to have you here. We've gone quite I think we are almost into 30 to 40 minutes of the lesson before you join, but just pay attention. You should be able to catch up with what we are doing. Yeah, so let's quickly look at this very important scoring rubric and guiding questions. So the community reviewers must consider each of the following points as they undertake their review. So if you've not read this and this is your first time and you never read this and you've already started reviews almost about finishing, now my question is what were you really doing? Are you sure you are really doing the right thing? Because it will be so pathetic after going through this tedious process, I will call it, only to realize that your efforts are not rewarded. Yes, so just take your time, read to understand the instructions, and once you go to reviews, you realize that it's not really much of a big deal. All right, yeah. So the first thing is what? Assign a score between 1 and 5 for each criterion based on what? The scoring rubric below. So which we will see in some few minutes. So for each of the 3 criteria, a score and rationale for your score must be what? Provided. Good. So this is the explanation of it. So each of the 3 sections should be considered and reviewed on its own what? Merits. So these sections are, so the review process is divided into what? 3 major sections. So we have the impact of the project or the proposal submitted. We have the feasibility or capability of the project or the proposal submitted. Then we also have what? Resources or what? Value for money. So under impact, what the reviewer you should be looking out for is that does the proposal have the potential to positively impact Cardano? Yes, so the project, first of all, the proposals are willing to initiate or develop. So first of all, be something that should add value to the Cardano ecosystem at the end of the project, or even during the project execution till the end. It should be one that should add value to the Cardano ecosystem. But it shouldn't be a project that should go to add value to another ecosystem. No. At the end of the day, it should be bringing value to the Cardano ecosystem, and also the objectives should what? Align with what? Cardano's objectives. So that is what you should take note of at a higher level for impact. So this is what will be required of you to ask. So these are the questions you, the reviewer, should ask the proposer, the proposals that you are reviewing, whether they actually meet this expectation. Then the second one, which is feasibility or capability, is the proposal feasible, and does the proposer have the capability to deliver the project successfully and manage treasury funds properly? So this is, so under feasibility and capability, you'll be looking at the team skills, the budget that has been provided, the milestones that have been provided, and any other relevant information. Yes, so what you should ask yourself about the proposal is the proposal feasible? The amount they are requesting and what they want to do, does it really add up? And does the project team, do they have the desired skills to be able to execute the project? You can't tell me you have kept in a proposal under let's say the developer ecosystem, and so the skills we should be needing there is what? Software development skills, and projects management skills, among others. Then maybe you realize that is a carpenter or a mason that has put in that project and doesn't have such technical knowledge, and also didn't try as much as possible to get technical people to add to the team. So you realize that this will not be a feasible project, and so therefore you will not really give them a 5-star score for that. All right, so these are some of the things you look out for under feasibility. And the resources and value for money, what you should be looking out for there is does the proposal represent good value for the treasury and the community? Yeah, so if the proposal is definitely having a positive impact on the Cardano community, then it should also have what? It should also represent good value for money. But if it is not, then this is where you state or justify why you think it will not be good value for money. All right, so the next bullet says your rationale must explain the score you have given. Good. So maybe you decide to give the proposal 1 star. So the rationale should now explain why you gave 1 star. I think it will not make so much sense. It will not make so much sense to give a proposal under maybe, let's say, any of the sections. You give, let's say, a 1 star and say, oh, the proposal has provided all the necessary information. This is a good project. The team has the desired skills to execute the project, and you end up going to give them 1 star. You see, it doesn't make sense. So the rationale, so maybe you give a 1 star. This means that you have seen a lot of issues with the proposal, and you are giving a 1 star. But if you are giving 2 star, 3 star, 4 star, or 5 star as your score, then your rationale should explain why you are giving such score. Alright, so look at this interesting point here. Any score without a rationale will be filtered out. Any score without a rationale will be filtered out, and you will not be compensated. So any score that there is no rationale attached, or you give a wrong rationale, at the level 2 moderation state, all those ones will be taken off. And at the end of the day, you realize that you just wasted so much time and really didn't do anything profitable. Your rationale should help the voters decide. So ensure your considerations, scores, and rationales are comprehensible. Alright, so make sure you write and really express yourself. So yes, I know the minimum characters is 150 characters for the individual section. So for impact, a minimum that you can write is 150 characters. For feasibility, 150 characters. For value for money, it's also 150 characters. But you can be more elaborative, because if you really want to speak on issues, you shouldn't just be struggling to write just to get the 150 and move away. If I even realize you doing such, then probably it means you are lazy, because if you really want to speak to the issues so well, you might end up getting more than a little over 150 characters. Alright, so and also consider and communicate what additional information or improvements the proposal could include in future funds. So you should always be clear here. Maybe you realize that the proposal didn't capture enough information under any of the categories, and you realize that it's very important to add. You can just add it to the review, so that proposers will be able to read whatever reviews that have been provided by community reviewers. So try to don't just give your rationale without stating where they got it wrong. It is good to state the missing ingredients, so that that will also inform them to incorporate these things in when they are thinking of applying again in future funds. So the work of the community reviewer is actually a great work, and you must really do it with much intelligence and understanding. And also, very important, be sure that you submit your review correctly. So after every review you do for every section, make sure you save it, so that at the end of the day, your page doesn't get refreshed and you lose whatever you have written. I've received that complaints from my community members several times, and so please take note of that. So now let's look at the score. Each of the 3 scored sections of a proposal, that is impact, feasibility, value for money, will be marked 1 to 5. So where 1 is equal to a very poor answer, and 5 is a great answer. So 1 star, if you give 1 star, it means what the person has provided and you have reviewed or assessed signifies very poor answer. So maybe impact, the person did so well and instead of you giving a 5-star, you go and give 1 star, and your rationale says, oh, the impact is good, it aligns with Cardano's overall objectives, and meanwhile you gave a 1-star score, automatically your review will not go through. It will be filtered out. Even if the scripts doesn't get hold of it, moderators will throw it out because there's a contradiction there. You can't be praising the proposal in your rationale and giving it a less score. It doesn't add up. So 2 stars means poor answer, 3 stars means acceptable answer, 4 stars means what? Good answer, and 5 stars means what? Great answer. Alright, so the following are scoring examples and rationale for each of the 3 criteria. Alright, so Catalyst also did a good job providing a sample. You can go through them. I'm not going to go through it. So for the 1 star, so probably maybe this is what you are saying about that aspect for impact, and that is why you are giving a 1 star, which is poor. So I'll just read the first one, why they gave a 1 star for whichever proposal that was assessed. So this project has failed to demonstrate the impact it will have on the Cardano ecosystem. The impact has not been properly defined or elaborated. The impact will be low, so this proposal element is very poor. So you see, that is the rationale given behind the 1 star the reviewer gave. So for 2 star, 2 to 3 star, so this is also the review that was given. Then for 4 to 5 star, so that is higher achievement by the proposer, so that also takes this information. So try as much as possible. I'm not going to read that here because that is not the main goal or focus for today. Yes, and I just want you to have an overview of how the scoring process is, and the justification you give for every score you give. So same applies to feasibility. You get, so every score you give, you should be able to back it with a justifiable rationale. So if it's 1 star, 2 star, 3 star, 4 star you are giving, you give a rationale. And please, I'm not asking that you come and copy this word for word and go and paste in your reviews. If you do that, Catalyst scripts will pick it out as similarity, and you won't get rewards for that. So try to do independent work as much as possible, because no proposal is the same. Every proposal is assumed or believed to be different from the other, so the language used on each and every proposal should also be different. Yes, so same applies for what? Value for money. Alright, so are we okay with the scoring guidelines and rubrics? If we are okay with it, you can give a thumbs up to this point if you are okay with the scoring guidelines. Okay, great. So we are still accelerating. We are now moving into higher altitudes, and let's keep going to see how far we go. All right, so for the sake of those who joined not quite long, I from the beginning I explained that to assess your proposals, you move to the top right corner, your avatar or profile picture, you click on it, then you click on your full name that shows. So once you click on your full name, it will open your activity stream for you. So this is the activity stream page. Yes, and so at the right, it's also your profile details. So once you scroll to the bottom a bit, you see profile details, and below it you see a small scroll bar. So once you scroll when you scroll down, you see your level. So in my case it's level 1. and the allocations. Once you scroll to the bottom a bit, you see the allocations too as well. So we have Fund 12 allocations. So these are my allocations provided, and for level 1 you can receive up to 80 proposals, yes, and level 0 I think up to 30, yes. So that is how you assess your proposals. That is how you assess your proposals. And another thing, there were a lot of questions on my head which I couldn't even provide some of the answers as well. Some of you were saying you didn't get allocations. This time around, I think there were a whole lot of shake-ups and a whole lot of actions that were taken against various accounts. So I think as the funding round continues, I know the Catalyst team will come out to give more information on this. I think some information has been given already on the Telegram page, but I know more information because some were still arguing that genuinely they didn't have multiple accounts, but they realized that they were not given allocations. Yes, and yes, I know a lot of people are also trying to game the system. I was hearing reports about some people who they said, I think, have multiple accounts. An individual can even have up to like 4 or 5 accounts. And now the question is, are you really going to do a good job? And I see it as maybe some level of greed, which shouldn't be so. I think one account is enough, and if you are very dedicated to one account, you should be able to be compensated very well, and at the end of the day, everyone will be happy and everyone will be involved. But it doesn't, it's not so appropriate for one person to be creating plenty of accounts. That is not a healthy process. And once this continues, definitely there are going to be a lot of strict rules. And I know after Fund 12 is going to happen, the rules will start getting very tight on account holders. And if care is not taken, if there's any suspicion of a suspicion that you are a multiple account holder, your accounts will be taken down. So let's take note of all this and be guided. If you have multiple accounts, try as much as possible to close down the other accounts. One is enough for you. One is enough. All right, thank you. So now we can review our proposal. So I'll click on the proposal like I did, and let's see how it goes. And let me pass this announcement again. This is not the standard for assessment. So please don't look at what I am going to do as the final standard, where you will not have to read your proposals again, but you just take note of the reviews I have done and the review I am going to do, and now probably you'll be using that to key into your review section. All your work will be filtered out, so please take note of that. But I am only going to attempt to review a proposal. Like I said, I may not get it all right, yes, since I am human just as you are, and I may not have it all. I'm very sure that any of you on this call who also have had the opportunity to review this proposal will do it also in a very different way and style, but at the end of the day, the goal is that both should be speaking to the issues on ground. All right, yeah, so we already read, we know where this proposal belongs to. It belongs to the Cardano Open Developers category, and we already went to that page, the About page, to read about what is expected of proposals in this category. So now First of all, what you need to know is that yes, so the assessment process or the community review process is ongoing, and you can see they are notifying me that awaiting community reviews, and this is also the countdown. So we have 8 days, 16 hours and 7 minutes left for community reviews to end. So those of you who have not started yet, you still have 8 days and some few hours to go. You can still do a good job. All right, so to actually see where you are going to do your reviews, it means you have to scroll to the bottom. But if you don't want to scroll to the bottom, that is the hard way. First of all, I'm going to scroll to the bottom. I'm scrolling to the bottom. Yeah, so this is the very bottom. And you see the first section. So these are the 3 major sections I was reading about. So we have impact. So these are the stars to score. So the 1 star means very poor answer, the 2 star means poor answer, 3 star means acceptable answer, 4 star means good answer, 5 star means great answer. Good. So you give your score here, then you now provide your rationale in this text box. So this is where you provide your rationale. This is where you provide your rationale. All right, so please let's take note of that. And so this is for impact, and the second one, let me delete this. The second one is what? Capability and feasibility. Let me admit this person. All right, let's go on. Yeah, so capability and feasibility. So this is also the section. So it works the same way as the impact section, but just that, you know, for the rationale, feasibility and capability also have the style to use to give the rationale. Then the final one is what? Value for money. So you score the proposal under that section and also provide your rationale. And so which we are going to do right away. So just keep your fingers crossed, and we are going to do it right away. All right, so so maybe you want to read about the proposal from the top. You see this button, back to top. So it's an arrow that is pointing upwards. So what you do is that you click on it. It will take you right back to the top. Good. So you see it has taken you back up, and it saves you so much energy and time of scrolling back up. And if you want to also go down immediately, I think when you click on this assess button, it should take you down, I guess. So let me try. Assess. Good. So that also takes you to the bottom. So you see how the page works. A very intelligent page, which they have actually made it they are making it very easy for us to move up and down the page, because proposers do write a lot. So we have intellectuals putting in proposals, so they tend to write a lot. Yes, so let's take note of that. All right, so let's go on. So the proposal at hand we are going to look at is what we call CDPT1, an open source Cardano development AI assistant. All right, so what are they saying here? So the answer here is Cardano's advanced mathematical foundations and ecosystem complexity intimidate new developers, creating a perceived barrier to entry that's widely recognized within the broader blockchain community. Yes, if you are a bit technical, you get to know that developing on Cardano is not very easy. It's not very easy because of the approach the blockchain uses, or the advanced mathematical concepts and foundations it actually uses. It uses what formal methods or formal mathematics, and even if you are a regular software developer and you don't go to learn more about how to write in Cardano, it will become difficult even developing software. It will take a little deal of time to be able to have your software developed. Yes, so this project, what they are trying to do is, if you are conversant with ChatGPT, you see that you ask ChatGPT any question, they are able to tell you, answer or attempt answering the question you give. I think from simple English to coding, softwares, programming languages, software code, Java, Haskell, any of this, it will be able to give. So this product they want to develop is a developer tool that will actually help Cardano developers to be able to ask questions and actually get responses, so that they can easily build solutions very fast. So you see they gave a screenshot. They took a screenshot of what the system will actually look like and what it will do. So hello there, I am Indigo Guru, who can answer any questions you may have about the Indigo protocol. So now the question is, what is a collateralized debt position? Collateralized debt position. So a collateralized debt position, CBT within good. So you see it breaks down, it tries to answer the question that was asked. So that is a similar system they are going to develop on, should they be funded, to actually help Cardano developers, both new and existing developers, to easily get access to resources and SDKs or other tools to be able to rapidly develop their solutions. All right, so that's the project team. Then so this is the name of the applicant. Yes, and so I think there's a co-proposer as well. So this is also the name with the UI UX. He's a UI UX developer, so a front-end developer. And good, this is the amount they are requesting for, 127,059 ADA. So that's the total budget for their project, and their project will run. Please specify how many months you expect your project to last. So their projects is expected to last for 2 months according to them. Yes, so let's see how that works in their project. Okay, welcome all those joining. So okay, so they also ask, please indicate if your proposal has been auto-translated into English from another language. So no, so they just wrote it directly from English. Then also summarize. So this is the question as part of the template that was given. Summarize your solution to the problem, so in a 200 character limit. Yeah, so what they are saying is we would develop an open source AI assistant, and AI simply means artificial intelligence, so please take note, artificial intelligence. So we would develop an open source artificial intelligence assistant to demystify Cardano's complexities, providing developers with clear, accessible guidance and fostering innovation within the ecosystem. So what they intend to do is to build a product, an AI assistant, which is open source, of course, to help Cardano developers in the development process with what? Clear guidance, which at the end of the day will foster what? Innovation within the Cardano ecosystem. And I think they also, is that really the flow, the project flow, or the product? The product flow. My screen. Yeah, so how the system is actually going to work. So that is the flow. So the flow over here. I think to the non-technical people, please just pardon me, you can just watch the movement of the arrows and see how it's actually going to work. Yes, so that is, so this is the workflow. So from once per week event bridge rule. So dynamic knowledge base updates will be under this section. So which where the data flow will move through to the retrieval, augmentation, generation. I think I'm not going to explain this chart, yes, but they are just putting it there for you to know that this is how the flow will actually look like for the software or the chat bot they are trying to work on. All right, and also this is still more details they are providing. And so the technical people, maybe you can read more to understand, but these are more information they are just adding so that you really get to know that they really know what they are about. And also these are some of the protocols they are going to actually use, so that you can also go to research more on them and see whether these are the best and which works well. So you can even see they are incorporating what okay, so there's a comparison with what they are going to use here. All right, so Cloud 3, that is Opus. So you can see that undergraduate level knowledge base, MMLU. So 5 shots, so that gives like 86%, 86.8%. And even Chat GPT-4 gives like 86.4%. So this is what they will be deploying. So they are making more or less like a comparison, and you can see that their models are also very efficient and well trained as well. Okay, so let's continue. And they've also provided links to reading more about them. So we'll come back to this at a later time. So for now we can proceed. Does your project have any dependencies on other organizations, technical or otherwise? And they said yes. And what's there? So if yes, please describe what the dependency is and why you believe it is essential for your project's delivery. If no, please write no dependencies. So they are saying yes, and the answer is yes. So Anthropic's Claude version 3. So this AI model provides advanced natural language processing capabilities essential for understanding and responding to developer queries. We rely on this technology for the AI assistant's core functionalities, and which is true. You could realize from the second image provided that this is actually what they will be using, the Claude model. That is what they will be using, and not even GPT. Yes, so and they have justified why they'll be using that and why it's a dependency. Then also they'll be using Amazon Web Services Lambda. So I'm sure AWS should be Amazon Web Services. So this service is crucial for hosting and executing our back-end services efficiently. So it ensures that the AI assistant can scale and handle multiple user requests simultaneously. Yeah, so they'll be hosting their back-end resources onto the Amazon Web Service Lambda. Then we also have Node node.js. So that is the runtime environment needed for executing the back-end services and integrating various software. Then they'll also be using what? React.js. So they are just telling you the dependencies, and these are the dependencies they will be the project will rely on, and they are giving reasons why it is so. All right, so now they are asking, good, another place where you should take note of is, you see the category was talking more about open source. So this is the question now. Let me admit this person who just joined. Where's the person? Okay, so let me go back. Yes, so will your project's outputs be fully open source? So they are saying yes. So under this category, we don't even expect a proposer to say no, because if you say no, your project will be proprietary and not open source, then it doesn't belong to this category. So with that, you the reviewer, you will not have much to even say here. You just quickly put out your reasons why you think this proposal doesn't fit here in the first place. Yes, so so now please provide here more information on the open source status of your project's outputs. And their answer is, our project is committed to full transparency and community collaboration throughout its life cycle. We have chosen to license all components of our project under the MIT license. Yeah, so as part of the requirements under the campaign brief, they are asking developers to state which open source licensing body their project will fall under. So these people are very clear, or the proposer and team here are very clear that theirs will be under the what? MIT license body or authority. So this license was selected for its permissive nature that allows others to freely use, modify, and distribute the software even for commercial use, while still maintaining the original copyright. Exactly. So they have stated their reason, because this is what permissive. So community members, if you are a technical person and you are so much also interested in this project, you can easily go to view the resources, the code, make modifications, and also add to the knowledge base. But what happens under open source doesn't mean whatever changes you go to make there will affect what the original people have done already. No, there will still be what they will enjoy copyright for their original work. All right, so now the open source details. Repository, all project outputs including source code for the AI assistant, its integration with back-end services, and the front-end interface will be available in our GitHub repository. So they've provided their GitHub repository. I'm going to click on it, and we are not going to delve much into what is inside the GitHub, but their GitHub is active, and this is it. So whatever they will be doing, they will be posting the information in their GitHub repository. So this is how the document, the file actually looks like. All right, so back to the proposal. Yeah, then the license type. So MIT licenses, yes, so they already said they'll use MIT licenses. Then open source elements, so the entire stack including prompt engineering, AI integration logic, user interface, components, reporting, knowledge base content, and infrastructure configuration scripts will be open sourced. Yeah, so this is still talking about open source, that is fine. Yeah, so here what you can take note of here is that for the impact you can pick a little from here. So, and what you can pick here maybe is how they have elaborated more on the open source. So you can pick that as a point. So project is fully open source. So you can just note that down as a point to be added to your review. I'm not saying go and whole lift sentences. No, once you just realize that they are communicating a major point, then you just write it down. so that you find a place to fit it in. So in my case, I'll take note. I'll just write it down, maybe open source, and when we get to how to integrate it, you'll see how I'll incorporate it into the review. All right, so there are metadata teams. So there are teams falls under what? Education, developer tools, among others. Yeah, so they are creating a tool that will actually help developers simply learn how to build fast on Cardano. All right, so now what is their solution? Please describe your proposed solution. So, and they have also restated the question: how do you perceive the problem you are solving? So the Cardano ecosystem, while robust and feature-rich, presents a steep learning curve due to its unique foundations and complex development frameworks. This complexity can deter new developers from entering the ecosystem, thus slowing down innovation and community growth. Yes, to even the software developers, yes, they most of the time, some of them do talk about it as well, that developing on Cardano is not really very easy as compared to other platforms. So it means Cardano, we still need so much tools that will actually help simplify the process. So so that is the problem they have seen, and they are now trying to provide that solution. So what are your reasons for approaching it in the way that you have? So they are now asking what their reasons are for approaching it approaching the problem the way they are deciding to do it, by developing an AI assistant tool. So, and this is their response: to make Cardano development more accessible, we are developing an AI assistant that uses Anthropic's Claude version 3 for sophisticated natural language processing, enabling it to understand and respond to a wide range of developer inquiries. So this AI assistant will be integrated with a dynamic knowledge base that includes the latest information on Cardano development tools, languages, SDKs, and what? APIs. Yes, so this is what their AI tool will incorporate, the information that will be incorporated in it. So this approach ensures that developers receive the most current and relevant assistance. So that is what they are talking about. So who will your project engage is the next question. So new developers. So they are saying their project will engage new developers, and let's see how their project will engage new developers. So individuals new to blockchain technology will find a supportive tool that helps them overcome initial hurdles. Yes, so once this tool is worked on, it will help individuals, new developers, to be able to learn more and also find the tools that they will need to be able to start building on the Cardano blockchain within the shortest possible time. And also it will also engage experienced developers. So seasoned developers can quickly find specific information, speeding up their workflow and reducing downtime. All right, yes. So I think one of the hindrances to product development or software development is when you need a resource or information and it's not readily available. What will happen is that you will have to halt your work and proceed to get that information before you come to continue. So with this tool, what they are saying is that they can always provide real-time support for developers to get the information they need, so that they don't break the development process but they continue. Then the Cardano community are the next people the project will engage. So by facilitating easier access to development resources, our tool will encourage more developers to build on Cardano, thus enriching the ecosystem with new apps and services. Yeah, so the final engagement they are saying their project will engage is the entire Cardano ecosystem, and by so doing there will be the availability of development resources, and which will encourage more developers, either from Cardano or even outside of Cardano, to get hold of this tool, understand how the processes is like to build on Cardano blockchain, and within the short to long run or long term, solutions or products such as dApps, that is decentralized applications and services, will now be built rapidly on the Cardano blockchain. Alright, so they are saying, how will you demonstrate or prove your impact? So how will they demonstrate and improve or prove their impact? Yes, so they have some metrics here that will measure. So ensure we will measure the impact of our AI assistant through usage metrics. So their tool will be able to track the number of active users, query frequency, and query frequency means how many people interact with the system and the questions they ask for responses, and the types of enquiries handled will indicate developer trends and assistance reach and what utility. So their tool has that component to be able to check these usage metrics. Then also user feedback. So integrated feedback mechanisms will assess user satisfaction and identify areas for improvement directly from the CDPT1. Alright, then the final one is what? Community growth. So an increase in developed applications and contributions to the Cardano ecosystem will serve as a long-term indicator of success. We will also implement a recognition system for willing Cardano community members who are able to deliver products and solutions with the assistance of the CDPT. So to be able to measure their success or impact, they are saying the usage metrics will actually tell. The community growth is also another thing, and also user feedbacks. Alright, so you can also take note of that, the usage metrics, the user feedback, and the community growth, because at the end of the day you realize that this is an impact, a positive impact that this project will add to the Cardano ecosystem. Because in the long run, if you have community growth, that is a lot of applications being built on the Cardano ecosystem because of this tool that was provided. That is actually a positive impact. So you can just take note of that. Maybe you can pick one or two or three depending on you. So community growth among others. So I'll take note of that, and when we get to the review, you will see how I'll put all these small pieces together. So I will pick information on community growth, and probably I'll add user feedback and metrics as well. Alright, so the next thing is explain what is unique about your solution, who will benefit, and why is this important to Cardano. Okay, so the open source nature, which I said we should take note of already. So by making the entire project open source, will not only ensure transparency but also allow the community to contribute to and evolve the assistant. Then advanced AI integration, so utilizing the state-of-art AI to interpret and respond to developer queries with a robust knowledge base of all known, available, dynamically updating Cardano resources and tools is a new and exciting endeavor in the blockchain community, setting our tool apart as a pioneering resource. Yes, I think this will be, just reading this proposal, I realize it's really going to be an exciting one. And if you just have a dedicated AI assistant tool, that will be able to help developers actually locate resources easily and also develop fast on Cardano. That will really be game changing, and I think it's a nice project so far. All right, so so this was just so with this you could get a few information on impact from here. And now what you do is, now we have the major section known as what? Impact. So we now have the major section. So you will now also be able to pick some small information here, add up to what you have already, then now give a good review on what? Impact, because this proposal has actually provided enough information on what? Impact. All right, so please define the positive impact your project will have on the wider Cardano community. So they are saying what? Enhanced accessibility. Yes, so many developers, that is both new developers and what? Existing developers can be able to use the AI assistant to make their work what? Easier. So, and once the development process becomes what? Easier, because you have access to resources with the help of this tool, this will increase this will lead to what? Increased developer activity and innovation within the what? Ecosystem. So that is what they are referring to as what? Enhanced accessibility. So that can be another point you can jot down for what? The impact. Then community growth, which you already took note of, is also another important value is bringing to Cardano. So we read much on the community growth already. Then innovation as acceleration. So with quicker and easier access to information, developers can speed up the project life cycle, leading to faster innovation and deployment of new features or applications on the Cardano blockchain. Yes. So once you have this tool, usually the development process is very slow because of the technicalities involved. But once you have a tool that can help speed up the process, because resources will be made, they can easily identify the resources they need, that will actually accelerate what? The software development or the project life cycle. All right, so we are almost done with impact. Then we go and review on impact, then continue. So how will you measure this impact? So we looked at this usage metrics, the feedbacks, that is user feedbacks and developer surveys, then the contribution rates, that is an increase in the number of contributions to the Cardano code base or third-party applications on the Cardano platform, may help serve as quantitative measure of project success. Then build with CDPT1 recognition program. We will implement a recognition program in which we regularly highlight developers and teams that have delivered products and solutions with the aid of CDPT1. All right, so we already took, I have taken note of this already. Yes, so the metrics to measure are the usage metrics, feedbacks, then the contribution rates. All right, so how will you share your outputs and opportunities that result from your project? Yes, so I think they already made this very clear. The first one is what? The open source repository, which is their GitHub, which I opened. That is where they'll be sharing all their code and documentations. Then also community updates. Yes, so this is another important thing they have underlisted. So they'll share out their information using what? Giving out what? Community updates. Regular updates and insights will be shared throughout their website and social media to keep the community informed and what? Engaged. Then also workshops and what? Webinars will be organized. So we will organize educational sessions to demonstrate the capabilities of the CDPT1 and encourage more developers to utilize it for their Cardano development needs. So let's read their final words on impact. By providing a tool that not only facilitates easier access to development resources but also to actively support the community's growth and learning, CDPT1 will drive greater innovation and participation in the Cardano ecosystem. So the success of this project will bring substantial value to the Cardano community by making it a more accessible, robust, and attractive platform for developers around the world. All right, so I've extensively read on what impact is, and I think it has taken me a great deal of time because this is a presentation I am going through. I am taking it step by step, and so now we'll proceed to put in whatever key information we picked out of the impact section for our review. If you are ready for this, let me come back to the page. If you are ready for this, let me have a thumbs up. Are we following the flow? If we are following, just give me a thumbs up so that nobody is left behind. Yes. All right, good. So let's continue. We are finishing strong. All right, so now to assess, what we will need to do is I'll click on the assess button, so which will quickly take me down to the assessment. So now I'm going to provide information for what? Impact. So, and this is the guiding question. So you are reviewing the positive impact this project will have on the Cardano ecosystem. So has this project clearly demonstrated in all aspects of the proposal that it will have a positive impact on the Cardano ecosystem? All right, yes. So like I said, let me issue my disclaimer again. So this is not a standardized review I'm going to do, which will be used as the ultimate model for reviewing of proposals. No, but this is just to guide you on how the review process is done, and what I write here, it's from my mind and my perception of how I see this project. I may give maybe a positive rationale to this project because of the angle in which I perceive it, but another person may think otherwise and also justify why he or she doesn't agree to the review I am giving. But I am going to make sure that I follow the very guidelines and instructions to review the project, the proposal in a way I understand, and also in a way that I know at the end of the day I've done a good job and will definitely be incentivized even after it goes through the moderation stage. Our review for impact. So we have extensively read on impact from the very top to where impact ends. So now we are going to provide the information for that. Yes, so so there are two ways you can handle this. You can decide to give your rationale then before you give your score, or you give your score then add to the rationale. So whichever way you want to handle, because I've seen people give their rationale first, then from there they now score before they save. Yeah, so whichever way, whichever one comes first, at the end of the day, before you save, make sure you've provided all the required information for the two fields. All right, so in my case, I'm going to give this for impact a 5-star, and I'm going to justify why. And I already explained the stars to you. Very poor answer, which is 1, means you are not. The proposal really didn't provide convincing information, and whatever the project is going to do doesn't align with Cardano's objectives, and so therefore it has no impact. So I showed you where to read on that. I'm not going back to the scoring rubric again because I looked at it already. So from what we read, I will give this project or proposal a 5-star. I'll give it a 5-star. Somebody just joined. All right, so let's continue. So I've given the project a 5-star, so that is my score. And now the reason. What is the reason for giving this project impact a 5-star? Yes, so I will start this way. So after reading, I realized that this is a very innovative project, and I think it aligns with Cardano overall goals and objectives, and so therefore this project has what a high impact. So that is how I am going to start. So and please take note, you can always expand your text box, so by pulling it up and down. I realized some of you were complaining that the boxes are too small, so you write to a certain point where you don't see the text again, and the reason is you didn't pay attention to the edge. So you can see the two diagonal lines there. That shows you that you can expand, you can stretch the box. So that is how you stretch it. So you can stretch it in this fashion. All right, so okay, all right, so let's proceed. So like I said, so this is an innovative project which aligns well with Cardano's goals, and also has a high impact. So this is how I introduce my review under impact. All right, so I will proceed. So I'll proceed to say this project okay, let me not use project, so maybe this tool as proposed will help developers. So you see, it's a tool. From the reading, you realize it was a tool that had much emphasis on what developers being able to use it to help in the development process, to easily locate resources and help reduce the project development life cycle. So this project or this tool will help developers easily adapt to building on the Cardano blockchain. Yes, so this is the second point I am adding. So this tool as proposed will help developers easily adapt to building solutions. So solutions will definitely cover your applications and services. So we easily adapt to building solutions on the Cardano blockchain. And the developers, emphasis was made on both new and seasoned, or that is experienced, both new and seasoned or experienced. It's still the same. Yes, so this tool as proposed will help developers, that is new developers and experienced developers, easily adapt to building solutions on the Cardano blockchain. Alright, so I'm sure perhaps this will be up to 150 characters, and characters are the individual letters. So this, like this, THIS That is 1, 2, 3, 4. So these are 4 characters. And the spaces are also what? Characters. And the punctuations are all characters. So at the end of the day, you can count. If you think it's up to 150 and you've made a lot of sense, you can end there. But in my case, I know I've written almost more than 150 characters, but I can't stop here because there's still a lot more to say. Yes, so we don't have any maximum limit, but we have a minimum of 150 characters, not less than 150. All right, so let me read through what I have written so far. So this is an innovative project which aligns well with Cardano's goals and also has a high impact. This tool, as proposed, will help developers, both new and seasoned, easily adapt to building solutions on the Cardano blockchain. Okay, I can further add to thereby or therefore reducing the development life cycle, because this is a major point. Those of you who are into software development, you will definitely know that usually you will need some special tools that will actually help you reduce the development life cycle of your project so that you are able to finish on time and deliver to your clients. All right, so I'm continuing. So furthermore, so now I'm going to pick some of the metrics, the metrics that were on the list, which I said you should take note of. So furthermore, the potential increased engagement, the potential increased engagement. You know, they spoke about increased engagement will what will drive community growth. You know, they spoke about community growth being one of their metrics. Yes, so furthermore, the potential increased engagement will drive community growth by enabling contributions from so different developers, that is both in Cardano and even outside of Cardano. So we can use by enabling contributions from what diverse range of developers. All right, so I'll still expand my box. All right, so are we getting the flow? Yes, so all right, so let me read it to this point and see whether the flow is there. So this is an innovative project which aligns well with Cardano's goals and also has a high impact. So this tool as proposed will help developers, that is both new and seasoned, easily adapt to building solutions on the Cardano blockchain, therefore reducing the development life cycle. Furthermore, the potential increased engagements will drive community growth by enabling contributions from diverse range of what developers. All right, so I can go further to yes, so I can go further to maybe possibly say finally I'm cutting down a lot of things which I wanted to add. Finally, the project's open source nature, comma, regular community updates / feedbacks, comma, okay, let me just sum everything, and educational initiatives oh, what did I click on? Oops. I hope I don't lose this. There was, I think there was a link that appeared. I hope I don't lose my work. Well, even if I lose it, I should be able to get it back. Okay, I have successfully lost it because I didn't save. So you see, I think the good. So this, you can realize that there's this under the footer, you can see some inscriptions there. Idea, skill, and user terms, quick, frequently asked questions. So I mistakenly clicked on it. So you see, it refreshed the page, and I lost my review. So please take note of that. So this is a hard lesson learned, and so that is how it happens at times. So just give me some 2 minutes to quickly type back what I did, because I can still remember a lot of it. Alright, so let me just finish it up. Yes, so those of you who review live from this, so these are the possible challenges you may be experiencing, like I got. Alright, so I'll just finish this up. So furthermore, the increased engagement so feedbacks increased engagement of feedbacks will drive community growth by enabling contributions from diverse range of what developers. All right, thereby reducing the development life cycle. I'm just copying it just in case, so that I don't lose anything again. Alright, so finally, oh, it's threatening to rain here. I just hope the light doesn't worry. Alright, yeah, so the projects, finally the projects open source nature, yeah, regular updates, community updates. Regular community updates and educational initiatives. Will ensure widespread accessibility and continuous Alright, so you can always use this error checking tool by right clicking to actually correct your typos to ensure what continuous learning opportunities that will foster strong and active developer Cardano ecosystem. All right, so this is what I have written. So now let me just read it for us to see for the impact. Yes, so I said I'll give it a 5-star. So I give the 5-star. Then this is my reason. So this is an innovative project that aligns well with Cardano's goals and has a high impact. This tool will help developers, that is both new and seasoned, to easily adapt to building on the Cardano blockchain. Furthermore, the increased engagement or feedbacks will drive community growth, which they stated in their impact, by enabling contributions from diverse range of developers, thereby reducing the development life cycle of their solutions. So let me just add that, or of their products. Well, that also works. Of their products. Finally, the project's open source nature, regular community updates, and educational initiatives will ensure widespread accessibility and continuous learning opportunities that will foster strong and active developer Cardano ecosystem. Yes, so after reading the proposal, this and also scoring, giving a 5-star score, this is my impact review I have given. So after giving this, I don't just proceed to the next one, that is on capability, but you see there's a save button. There's a save button here. So what you need to do is that you click on save. So once you click on save, so your work will automatically, your review will automatically be saved. Now even if the page refreshes 1,000 times, you will not lose your work. So now it has been saved. So after saving, you realize that you still want to add something to it. You see the pen tool. The pen tool is here, so that is edit. So you click on it, it will take you back to the editing mode. You expand, then you add more information. So that is how we review for impact. Is it clear? Let me come back to the page. So we have just assessed for impact. Is it clear? If this is clear, you can give a thumbs up. All right, okay. So let's quickly proceed to feasibility. So with this one, I'm just going to read on a high level and just pick some few things, then we continue and finish up. All right, so under feasibility, we quickly scroll to the feasibility side, and under feasibility, capability and feasibility, what we'll be looking out for is the team skills. So do they possess the right skill to execute the project? Have they provided links where you can get in touch with them? And the budget is also included, and also milestones. So milestones, so these are all what we'll be looking out for under what do you call it, the feasibility. All right, so now let's look at the first part here. So capability or feasibility. What is your capability to deliver your project with high levels of trust and accountability? How do you intend to validate if your approach is feasible? So please describe your existing capabilities that demonstrate how and why you believe you are the best suited to deliver this project. All right, so they are saying our team led by blah 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 Nathaniel. This brings wealth of experience in generative AI, machine learning, and natural language understanding technologies. Decimalist, so that is his name. Decimalist notable achievement includes development of what? Indigo Guru, that is a working AI assistant for Indigo Protocol version 2, which demonstrates his capability in deploying functional generative AI tools tailored to meet specific project needs. So this assistant is actively available for testing at Indigo Protocol. Yes, so this team member, that is actually his field, and he has a track record of developing this AI assistant tools, and they provided a link here. So as a reviewer, you shouldn't be lazy. Always follow the link to see whether what they have provided is actually true or not. So I'm going to click on it because they said Nathaniel, that is Decimalist, has developed Indigo Guru, that is an AI assistant tool, which is similar to what they'll be developing here. So let's go and look at it and see if it works. So I've clicked on the link, so it has taken me to the Indigo Guru application which he developed. Can you all see my screen? If you give a thumbs up, I will not be able to see because I'm not on. Can you see the Indigo Guru app? You can just unmute and speak.
Yes, please. Yes,
right,
please.
Okay. Yeah, so we are going to test one of his tools and see.
Yeah,
all right, okay, thank you. So when you check at the bottom left, the bottom right, you see Indigo Guru. You will see Indigo Guru. So that is the assistive AI tool. So I'm going to click on it and ask it a question. So it's saying, hello there, I am the Indigo Guru who can answer any questions you may have about the Indigo protocol. All right, so I'm going to ask it, what is decentralization? So what is decentralization? So then I'll send, I'm trying to interact with the protocol he created to actually see whether he has the skill to be able to create one for Cardano as they are saying or outlining in their proposal. So now Indigo Guru is trying to provide answer for me, so it is thinking. Alright, so Indigo Guru has been able to provide me with information. Yes, so decentralization refers to the distribution of this thing is covering. Alright, so it has actually been able to, so I was just coming to test it to see whether it really works, and definitely it's what working. So you can actually take note of that as part of the feasibility, the team skills to provide valid and also he has also worked in what Fortune 500 company that serves over 100 Fortune Global 500 clients. Yeah, so finally he also has what a certification with what Amazon Web Services. So he's a certified cloud practitioner who spends the better part of every work day building inside the Amazon Web Service, and therefore has an intimate understanding of how to best utilize the tools and resources available there. Alright, so his skill is satisfying. Then the second person is Rahim Batsa. So he will serve as the UI UX developer for this project, bringing a unique blend of passion, resilience, and technical proficiency. His technical skills span across front-end and back-end development with extensive experience in JavaScript and others here. So these are their skill. Then validity, so there will be pilot testing, community engagement, scalability tests. All right, okay. So here you can just take note that yes, so the team has the desired skills to be able to execute this project, and also they provided a link to a test platform which has the AI assistant tool which works perfectly well. So you can talk about, so you can jot that down to add to the feasibility. Yes, and please include the steps or processes that demonstrate that you can be trusted to manage funds. So they are saying transparent budgeting, regular reporting, so they'll give regular reports to the Cardano community. Then escrow management. Yes, and I think this is even an initiative put in by Cardano, such that you don't receive all your funds. You don't receive all your funds at once. Maybe you requested for $100,000. They don't just give all to you and say go and execute your project. No, but the funds are released based on what? Milestone completion. So you complete a milestone, then they release the funds for you. All right. So that is so with Project Catalyst, funds will be held with release tied to the achievement of what predefined milestones. So this ensures that funds are only spent on achieving project goals. So once they give you the first round of funds, if you don't execute your project well, no funds for you. So that is already a very good mode. So now, I'm sure by now you would have taken note of the skills and have written down whether you think the team have the desired skills to be able to execute the project. All right, and the milestones. So what are the key milestones you need to achieve the project? Yes, so milestone 1, project setup and infrastructure. So milestone outputs, so establish the Amazon Web Service, initiate integration with Anthropic's Cloud version 4 and Lambda, begin compilation of knowledge base for Cardano development resource, and the acceptance criteria. Yeah, so they have stated everything. I think everything is on point. Usually, yes, milestone output is on point, acceptance criteria, then evidence of milestone completion. I think everything is on point for milestone 1. Milestone 2, yes, knowledge base expansion and system integration. Outputs expand knowledge base with comprehensive Cardano development tools, languages, SDKs, APIs, and best practices. Yeah, so this is also good and well aligned. Then so you have to do this for all the milestones that are listed. Yes, so that is the milestone stated here, and I think that is also in order. It's also clearly stated and convincing and also feasible. Then who is in this project? We already looked at them, so these are the team members. That is Nathaniel and Rahim Batsa. So and we already know they have the desired skill and expertise. Okay, so they've also provided links to themselves on idea scale, I guess. Should this be idea? Let me click on it and see open new tab to see where we can read more about. Okay, so they have provided their LinkedIn addresses. Yeah, so that was what I was also looking out for. So one thing you should also take note of is at least the team should provide links where you can read more about them, because if they just come and write like this and there's no links pointing to them, how sure are you that the monies are even going to be given to real human beings and not scammers or fraudsters? So they have provided a LinkedIn, they have provided their LinkedIn details where you can go to read more. Yeah, so this is Nathaniel Minton, founder and CEO of Flaxpoint Studios Incorporated. Yeah, so you realize that these are not ghosts. These are real human beings that really want to execute the project. So as part of the team requirements, you have to always click on the links to see whether it actually points to real human beings, so that you can add it. So you can take notes again. So they have provided links to their profiles where you can reach out to the team as individuals. So you can add that as a credit too under this stage. Then the budget and cost. So development and integration, 35,326 ADA, and the description of the costs. That will cover development of the AI assistant, including programming, integration with Anthropic's Cloud version 4 for natural language processing, and setting up Amazon Web Services Lambda for back-end services. Then there will also be third-party services, includes fees for using Anthropic's Cloud version 4 and AWS Lambda. And what is the justification they are giving? Essential. So that this cost is actually what's essential for creating a robust and responsive AI system that can handle complex developer queries. And I think that is very engaging and promising. Then also the knowledge base compilation and updates will also cost 12,461 ADA, and they have given the description as well, and also third party services and also the justification. Then infrastructure maintenance and 18 months operational cost also take 63,538 ADA. So that is cost for maintaining the infrastructure on Amazon Web Services, including server costs, data storage, API calls, Lambda triggers, and other cloud services over 18 months. Then the third-party services are also listed. Then the justification, so supports the long-term sustainability and reliability of the AI assistant, ensuring it remains operational and effective for the developer community. Then we also have marketing and community engagement, 15,689 ADA. So description: funds allocated for marketing the AI assistant and engaging with Cardano community includes promotional activities, community workshops, webinars, and feedback mechanisms. Third-party services, that is marketing agencies and online advertising platforms. Then justification, critical for, so this expense is critical for raising awareness about the AI assistant, driving adoption, and gathering valuable community feedback for further improvement. So in total, so this is the amount they are requesting. The total budget 127,059 ADA as stated on top. Yes, so this is their budget breakdown. So we are done reading on feasibility. So now what we need to do is now to proceed and give our assessment on feasibility. And I think in my case, I am satisfied with what they have provided as well. So I will give them a 5-star rating. Then I will proceed to give my rationale. So the project is very feasible. It's very feasible based on the key information they have provided. Based on the information, I'll say the team have provided. Yes, so this sounds more professional. All right, so I proceed. And also, yes, let me teach you another thing. So if you still want to use this review section to do the review, you don't want to do it outside and bring it in. So what you can do is that after typing maybe every major sentence, just copy it. Just copy. So just copy it and continue typing. So you copy. So even if the page refreshes, so let's say I mistakenly delete my work, since I have copied, I just paste back. Good. So I have my work back again. So that is the strategy you can also use. So let's finish up. So the the details provided by the team brings
the pizza cream join.
Is somebody talking? So the details provided by the team, I'm not going to talk about their skills and experience. So the details provided by the team brings wealth of expertise. Brings wealth of expertise and skills. So the details provided by the team brings wealth of expertise and skills for the development of their innovative product or tool. Okay, so I'll again copy so that I don't lose it should my page refresh unexpectedly. So I'll continue to now talk about the link provided okay, so the link to their, I'm not going to talk about the Indigo AI, this thing they built and provided the link. So the link to their project, that is Indigo Guru. Indigo Guru works well and looks promising. All right, so I copy again, then I continue. So the team also have provided links to their personal profile on LinkedIn, where they can easily be reached. So this is important to always add at times in your review, because at the end of the day, it is believed that when they are funded, money should be given to real human beings, not ghosts. So once they have provided links and we can reach them to read more about them, then that actually settles it. So furthermore, or okay, let me not use furthermore, maybe in addition. In addition, project milestones are clearly stated yes, so which we all saw. You could realize that they actually broke their milestones down very clear, and their budget was also on point. So project milestones are clearly stated with a well broken down budget, with a well broken down budget which looks feasible and achievable. All right, so should I add anything else? Or this is okay. So yeah, so I'll end it here for the feasibility. Then what I do is let me just copy. Okay, somebody was joining the call. Is the person still? Okay, so let's finish hard. Let's go back. All right, so the project is very feasible based on the key information the team have provided. The details provided by the team brings, I repeated this twice. Okay, so the details provided by the team brings wealth of expertise and skills for the development of their innovative product or tool. So the link to their project, that is Indigo Guru, works well and looks promising. So the team also have provided links to their personal profile on LinkedIn, where they can easily be reached. In addition, project milestones are clearly stated with a well broken down budget which looks feasible and achievable. So I can go on to say overall, this is a promising project and will add value to the Cardano ecosystem. Should they be funded? Yeah. All right. So once I've provided this and I've given my score of 5-star, I'll just proceed to what? Save. I will save the review. Yeah. So you realize that now I have impact saved, and I also have feasibility also scored and what? Saved. So now it's left with the final part, that is value for money. Okay, so back to the team. Are we okay with feasibility and how it is done? If you're okay, you can give a thumbs up. Okay. All right. Okay. So let's go to the last portion. That will not take us more than 10 minutes. We'll finish it. I know time is far spent and far gone, but that notwithstanding, we'll finish. So this is the last part. Value for money. How does the project represent value for money for the Cardano ecosystem? So the answer is, so the budget for the CDPT1 is carefully structured to ensure cost effectiveness while delivering what? A high quality tool for the Cardano community. So here is an expansion of the cost distribution and value justification. So the development cost. So the estimated budget aligns with the industry norms for developing advanced AI applications similar to ChatGPT. So development of an AI chatbot like ChatGPT typically ranges between $90,000 to $450,000, depending on the complexity and features included. So you see, they are justifying why their budget is in line. So by providing these statistics, which is good to do. Then additionally, a US-based in-house AI engineer can cost $70,000 to $200,000 annually. Yes, so our budget of $35,326 either for development and integration is significantly lower, reflecting cost efficiency without compromising on the technological sophistication required for the AI assistant. Wow, so they are trying to justify their development costs. So with so much evidence. So these are links you can click on to read these information, so that you can verify for yourself. Then infrastructure and operational costs. So maintaining robust infrastructure for AI applications, including data storage and management, is crucial for ensuring the assistant's reliability and responsiveness. This cost typically ranges from $5,000 to $15,000, varying with data size and infrastructure complexity. Our allocation is $63,583 either for infrastructure and 18 months of operational cost. It is designed to provide sustainable support for the AI assistant, ensuring it remains operational and effective for the Cardano developer community over an extended period. All right. Then knowledge base. So creating and maintaining an updated and comprehensive knowledge base is essential for the AI assistant's effectiveness. So this ensures that the AI assistant provides developers with the most current and relevant information, enhancing their productivity, facilitating easier navigation through Cardano complex development environment. All right. And marketing and community engagement. Investing in marketing and community engagement ensures that the AI assistant reaches its intended audience and is adapted by developers. So these activities are crucial for gathering feedback and continuous improving the tool based on user input and changing needs within the Cardano ecosystem. Now, value for money: enhancing developer accessibility, boosting community growth and innovation, then long-term community support. All right, so I think upon reading this, I am still convinced that whatever value they have attached to these phases of the project development is actually good value for money for the Cardano treasury, and I think I am satisfied. And they even providing links, authentic links, I would say, about the cost of building such a similar chatbot like ChatGPT. It ranges from $90,000 to $450, and they are saying with the amount they are requesting for development will still give us the same sophistication and quality. I think it's actually good value for money. So now what I would do is to proceed to the value for money. So here what they are saying, you are reviewing the value for money. This represents for the treasury and the community. Is the funding amount requested for this project reasonable, and does it provide good value for money to the treasury? Yeah, so in my case I will say yes, it does. It does provide. So I'll give them a 5-star as usual. But this doesn't mean I just picked this proposal randomly, but this doesn't mean other proposals may always receive 5 stars like that. Probably as you go through them, you realize where they got it all wrong or where they missed out. Then you can point. So you may be scoring some 5-star, others 3-star, others 4-star, but your rationale should point out where they didn't get it right. All right, so now let me write. So this project surely represents good value for money from the Cardano treasury, since all financial details for this project are clearly outlined. So again, I'll be copying even as I type. Are clearly outlined and what? Justifiable. Justifiable. All right. Yeah, so the team also possesses the desired skills to execute the project from start to finish should they be funded. All right, so this is all what I am writing under value for money. Yes, so this project surely represents good value for money from the Cardano treasury, since all financial details for this project are clearly outlined and what? Justifiable. Yes, so the team also possesses the desired skills to execute the project from start to finish should they be funded. So you could realize that, so the justifiable here, maybe I can go on to put in brackets. So they provided what? Extra links to show development cost of what? Of similar solutions, which theirs cost which their proposed solution costs much lesser. Cost less. Okay, cost less. All right, so I could just add this in bracket. Okay, so let me read everything in full, then I now proceed to save. Alright, so this project surely represents good value for money from the Cardano treasury, since all financial details for this project are clearly outlined and justifiable. The provided extra links to show development cost of similar solutions shows their proposed solution cost less. The team also possesses the desired skills to execute the project from start to finish should they be funded. Alright, so once I am done, I just proceed to click on save. Good, so now you realize that I have satisfied the requirements for all the 3 sections for impact, feasibility, and value for money for this project. So I am done assessing this proposal. Yes, so that is how you access. And to move to your next proposal, please don't click on this next button, because it will take you to a proposal outside of your allocation. So never click on this. So once you are done reviewing a proposal, all what you need to do is to move up to the tab. You can decide to just close this tab. So you just close this tab, then you go back to your activity stream page. So let it load. So once you go back to your activity stream page, then you scroll back to the bottom, and then you pick the next proposal. So how do you pick the next proposal? By clicking on the proposal again, it will open. Then you proceed, you follow every guideline I told you earlier. You take note of the challenge in which that proposal belongs. You read more about that challenge. Then you now proceed to read at the high level the answers they have provided, the months that will be taken to execute the project, and from there you read through, then now proceed to review the proposal. Alright, so that is how we review proposals. Okay, one final thing. Let's say you want to correct something from maybe you want to correct a point from the first proposal you reviewed after closing it. So what do? You click on it to open the proposal again. Then you go to the bottom. So I'll just click on assess to go to the bottom. Then so you realize so what I have reviewed is here already, so it's now showing. Maybe I want to edit. You see right here we don't have the pen tool to edit. Maybe you want to add something here. So what you do is that at the top you see edit rank. So once you click on edit rank, you see it takes you back to the default way it was. Then now you can locate the pen tool or the pencil tool. You click on it, that is edit. So now you can add whatever information you want to add. Yes, so that is how you can retrieve your reviewed proposal to add. Then once you are done, you click on save again, then it's saved, then you close it, then move back to your allocations page again, then you select a new proposal, then you go and review. Alright, so that is how the review process is done. It's not an easy task, but it took me so long because this is a demonstration and I had to do it in a way that you all understand. Alright, so some hands are raised. Let's hear your questions so we can wrap up and go. Ernest? Ernest, your hand is raised.
Hey, and that link that you spoke about open source. I wanted to ask what
I spoke about what?
Someone asked the question about open source.
Open source.
nature.
Okay. Yes.
Yes. Sounded to ask.
You wanted to ask what open source is? Yes. So I think in simple terms, open source data is data that is publicly available, maybe for interested stakeholders or interested users to have access to the code of the product or the application you are developing, the documentation, how you are going about the entire thing from start to finish, and yes, so without any restriction, you don't have to, you can use part of the code, modify it, alter it to improve upon it. Yes, so that is what open source is. But on the other hand, proprietary, because the opposite of open source is proprietary. That one, the developers have total control over their code and they don't make it, and their documentations, which they don't make public. So you can't have access to that information if you are not part of the development team. Is that clear?
Fair.
All right. Yes, Amadou, dude, your hand is raised.
I say thank you very much for the elaborate lecture today. It has helped some of us so much. But my question is it not possible to use a phone to do the review?
A phone, okay. It's possible. It's possible. It's just that it's not very easy. It's possible. So what you can do is that, but first of all, you need a PC, a computer, to be able to check to see your allocations. So once you see your allocations, then you can what do you call it? You can take note of the titles, or probably you can just copy them. You can copy them and paste on any word processing. Sorry, not word processing. Yeah, so any word or text editing document. Then you can paste them. You can paste them in here like I have done. Then what you always do is you can always copy the title from so this means that you would have saved this document so that you can always view it. Then you can always copy the title and now search. So you can search it up. I hope this works. So you can search it up. You can search it up on. Good. So you see, please, who's this thing is playing at the back? Yes, so you realize that as I've searched for it, it has appeared. So you just click on it from the search, and now you should have the proposal to review. So first of all, you will need a laptop to copy your proposal titles, and then you now copy it, search, and review. Does that make sense for you? Amadou?
Yes.
All right,
Yes,
okay.
please. It makes a lot
All
of
right,
sense.
okay.
Yes, it makes a lot
All
of
right,
sense.
thank you. Yes, Ebenezer
Thank you.
Tete.
I want to ask, can't you copy, maybe open them on laptop and then now you copy the link and then send them to maybe your WhatsApp number or something one by one, so that when you click on it, you can actually.
Oh yes, there are several ways to actually do it. So whichever approach works best for you. I know some of you on this call may even have different strategies to still access them. So whichever approach works best for you, just go ahead. But at the end of the day, make sure you are not reviewing outside of your allocations. So whichever approach works best for you, that is fine. The end goal is you should be able to access your proposals allocated to you to review. Have I answered you, Ebenezer? If you are talking, we can't hear you, Ebenezer. Okay, so any other question? Okay, so Dennis is saying this is a good explanation.
Okay, thank you.
I have.
Yes.
All right. Okay, Ebenezer, thank you. This is good explanation. I have grasped so much in meeting. Chips.
Hello. Hello. I have a question.
Go ahead.
I'll be reviewing some of them, but then I want to check the ones that I've reviewed. So how do I get to know those ones?
You want to check the ones you have reviewed.
I wasn't doing the normal. I wasn't doing the normal. If you click, you see they've done allocations. They've written allocations and then they've listed. Yes, I did not go there. I just when I'm done, I just go to next and then they give me back. I've been checking the allocations to see if those ones that are there, I've done any of them, but I can't find any of them
again. Yes, so at times it becomes difficult locating them, but at times you can also see them from, let me show you, so from the activity stream. So once you click on this, your avatar, you click on your name for it to open the activity stream. Those you have reviewed, some of them appear under the activity stream. So you realize that what I just reviewed and completed 12 minutes ago is here. CDPT1 and open source Cardano. So those you have reviewed, some of them will definitely be here, and you can check on that.
If you can show me that one again. My screen did not pop up.
All right, okay. So once you log in, you move to the top right corner, your profile picture.
Okay.
So you click on it. So you see your full name. You click on your full name. Then you have once you click on it, this will open. So still the same page where you scroll down to see your allocations, but this one now on top you see activity stream. So below it you will see some of the reviews you have done already, and you can follow those links to view them. Does that answer?
Are they the ones with stars?
Exactly. So so if you click on it and scroll to the bottom, you will see that you have reviewed them. you realize you have reviewed them.
Okay, yeah. They popped up. I've seen them. I've done like 5.
Okay. So now make sure you use the allocations page to always go to your proposal. If not, you will end up allocating outside.
Page, okay.
Which will have less incentives. Yes.
Okay.
All right. Okay.
Thank you. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
And before we continue, I said those of you who didn't give kudos to our proposals, you should try and do so. We have a series of proposals in Fan 12. Heron, can you put the links there as well? And also try and subscribe to the YouTube channel Cardano Africa Academy, because even this information I'll upload it there. Try and subscribe to that YouTube channel. It's an educative channel. Heron, can you put the link? Or Abdulaziz, if you're on the call, any of you who can put in the link faster for Cardano Africa Academy, you can just put it in the chat box, or I can open it for you, because this is very important. Cardano, let me go to YouTube. YouTube. I want all of you on the call to subscribe, and even let your friends subscribe to this channel, because I know my community, we are far apart from different countries, and it's not really easy reaching everybody with these platforms. So once you type Cardano Africa Academy, so you will have this channel showing. So this is it. What is appearing here like that? So we have it here, Cardano Africa Academy. So we have like 211 subscribers. So you click on it, so you can subscribe to the channel. So these are videos. So the first workshop part 1 is already there. So I have a lot of interesting videos, and also some meetups I do. So try and subscribe to the channel and turn notifications on, so that once I post anything, you will not be left behind. All of you, because all what we do falls under the Cardano Africa Academy. So boost Cardano Africa Academy's operation. So if you want us to continue to do what we are doing, I entreat that you give this proposal a kudos by clicking on the clapping emoji. Yeah, so I expect all of you, since you are benefiting from Cardano Africa Academy's tuition, to help you through the catalyst process. And you can also go down to give it positive comments. And if you also know voters, you can also let voters vote for this project. I'm not saying come and review it, no, but I am saying comment. So if it has not been allocated to you, please don't review it, because you will not have a score for that. But you can give comments. So the comments is here. You just come and click on the comments, and you add a comment after reading the proposal and you think it's okay. Yeah, so this is a dual project. Which part of it will be taking place in one will take an event will take place in Ghana, and also one will take place in Kenya, should this project be funded. Yes, so let's take note of that and give the kudos as well. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, and the YouTube channel is also in the chat box. Good. And also Twitter, my Twitter page is also there. Try and subscribe, and also follow the links. All right. Look, man. So the final question, then we call it a night or a day.
Yeah. Good evening to
Good evening
Good
to
evening.
everyone.
My name is Lukman
Okay.
Ibrahim. I would like to thank you and your team for your incredible training session on how to review proposals. Your efforts are invaluable to us. You have really helped to share free knowledge and to enhance the quality of our review assessments on the Cardano ecosystem. Even though my allocations hasn't been provided to me yet, and I can't tell why I haven't received my allocations. So, with the help of the knowledge you have imparted to us this evening, I'm at a good position to help others have a constructive and good review to expand the Cardano ecosystem.
Okay.
Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Lukman, for your encouraging and powerful words. And yes, Fan 12 had its own dynamics. So we are just waiting for clear information on why some allocations were not done. Yes, though an information was circulated by the Catalyst team, but I think the community still needs much explanation, which I know we all need. And so let's keep fingers crossed and wait for more clarity in the coming weeks. Yes. So, and like he said, if you want him to guide you in reviews as well, you can definitely get in touch with him. But then, look, man, you can WhatsApp me. You can reach out to me after this call. We can talk. Yes, so that we see the way forward. Okay. I hope you have my number, right?
Okay.
Do you have my number?
No, not yet.
Okay, so I'm just dropping it in the chat box. I guess you are in Ghana, right?
Yes, please.
Okay. All right. So that is my number in the chat box. So you can reach out to me. So once you just mention your name, I think I should remember. Then we can talk. Yes, and you can also put my community, Heron. You can put the link to our Telegram page, the CTEL Blockchain Academy, and they can join. So you can join our Telegram page as well, and we keep you updated on trends both in Cardano. So the CTEL Blockchain Academy. It's actually blockchain in general. We talk about Cardano, we talk about other ecosystems, and also under the CTEL Blockchain Academy, we have the Cardano Africa Academy, where we talk exclusively on Cardano blockchain and exposing you to opportunities. So you can join the Telegram channel. You can search for it. I think it's CTEL Blockchain Academy. CTEL Blockchain. But if you get the link to, you can just put it for them to join. So on Telegram, once you search for it, you should see CTEL Blockchain Academy. So that should be the last link to be put before we end this call. Heron, your hand is raised. Yes, can we hear you? Heron, your hand is raised.
Yes. I'm just on behalf of Kenya community. We are very much grateful for the incredible work that you have done. We are able to understand a lot when it comes to reviews. So I'm just appreciating you for that. And for those who joined, I know most of people from Kenya have already left because of time. It is midnight now, 4 minutes past midnight. Yeah, but I just want to take the chance to appreciate. And if there is anyone who is still on the call and you are from Kenya and there is something maybe you didn't understand, you can reach out to me or reach out to Jerry or drop a comment. Just drop your concern on the two groups, either on Telegram or WhatsApp, and then we are going to be able to help. Otherwise, I'm very much grateful. Thank you so much.
Yes, and thank you so much, Herin, for your great work in pushing the Kenya community to where it has gotten to, and I appreciate your work too. And Kenya community, those of you on this call and you have challenges, Herin is the best person to get in touch to as well. Get in touch with her first, and if she's not able to address the challenge, she will refer the issue to me as well. So you have a strong woman, and make good use of her as well. Alright, so this is the Telegram channel. You can just join it. So you can click on that, follow the link to join Telegram. Now I've decided not to be active on WhatsApp, the WhatsApp groups. I want people to get used to Telegram, so I don't post any information on my WhatsApp platforms again. So just familiarize yourself with Telegram and you'll be cool to go. I think on this page too, the final announcement, I'll be putting out an anonymous form. So you fill the form without a name. If you know you have participated in any of the Catalyst, Project Catalyst funding rounds, you took part as a community reviewer, a moderator, and you received rewards over the period, just write some of the success stories, how Catalyst and our training has benefited you, and you have been able to. And so just write. Feel free to write. Nobody will know who has written it, because we want these impact stories so that we can publish to the Catalyst community. And that one will be done anonymously. Your name is not needed. All what you need to do is just to provide how Catalyst has been a benefit to you and what you have been able to do with your rewards, your funds, whether you paid school fees, you bought a car, you bought a motor, whatever you were able to do with the money, or you solved a problem with your rewards. These are the success stories I will need from you. So I'll push the link on the Telegram page, and those of you who have participated previously and have benefited, you can just write your story there anonymously. Nobody will know who has written. I will not know who has written. It's just the information we need. All right. Thank you, everyone, and have a good night. Bye-bye.
You. Thank you.